Let me stop. I like that, bro. I like jazz. I love jazz. But anyway, welcome to another episode of Still Standing. My name is Eric, and now I have a pretty good topic. I come up with this topic because I went to um I went to a well, it wasn't so much a gathering. Well, actually, it was a gathering. It wasn't really too many people there. I think it was like maybe 27 people there. But anyway, I was just listening. I didn't, like I said, I didn't say anything whatsoever. I just was listening. And they were having different conversations about the Black community. And they were saying, you know, they were talking about, different topics about what separates us, what keeps us divided, because there's so much division within our community. And I understand, we got together and we brought we voted this president out of office, but there is so much more that we have to do as far as a community. Yeah, sure, we got together and we come together where it mattered, and got Trump out of the way, but the stink of this man is still here. I mean, well after January the 20th, we're going to have to deal with the stink of this man. And not only are we going to have to deal with the stink of this man, but unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with our own community because we have this president in place. He can put forth, and I don't care what legislation they come up with, and I don't care what laws they put in place. I don't care what provisions they put in place that will excel and help the Black community until the Black community face the problems that's really affecting and hurting the Black community. I feel like the Black community is going to stay in the condition that we're in because it's not so much what's going on in the White House, it's what's going on in our house that really matters. He can say whatever he wants to. He can say whatever he wants to. I don't care really. I don't really give a darn what Trump says. Trump can't affect what I learn. Trump can't affect what I learn. Trump cannot. Trump can't make me say, well, I'm going to get up and I'm going to take it a step forward and try to do something extraordinary today, to try to get to the goal. If I have a goal, I'm gonna do whatever I can to get to wherever I need to get to. Bump the sideline. Bump the sideline. You're gonna always have people on the sideline that's gonna say either or, that's gonna have something to say all the time. You can give everybody in the world $1 million, and guess what? People are gonna still have something to say. If you're down, oh, you can do better. If you're up, oh, you think you're something. So people are gonna always say something there because they're unbalanced up here. They're unbalanced. They're unbalanced. You're unsure. You're uncertain about your own life. You're uncertain about your own future. You're uncertain about your own progress. That is on you. But here it is. Here it is. We as black, we as a Black community focus more on things that doesn't matter versus what should matter. While many of us are worried about the next pair of shoes coming out, someone in our own community, notice I said in our own community, are wondering where will they lay their heads. And that's going on even right now. Let me pause right there to share a little information about what's going on right here next to me, like literally 10 minutes away from me here in Washington D.C. Okay, so you had a lot of homeless people that they turned that allegedly that they turned away from the homeless shelters. Like I said, allegedly. Okay, so people. in the community or whatever, they say, well, we can't see you just sitting out here on the sidewalks and stuff like that. So a lot of people band together, a lot of church organizations, and then a lot of different organizations, and then some, and then some just some personal funds from individuals, to come out and just out tents and all this type of stuff. So here it is. They had tents lined up. Oh my goodness, they had tents lined up all around Washington. I'm talking about everywhere you go when you ride, even going to the White House. If you go the road right behind the White House, you'll see tents and stuff like that. I'm talking about right around the White House. Yes, right around the White House. Yes, right there in those areas. So and like I said, this is allegedly. Allegedly, this administration has ordered for them to take up. They went there, and I saw this now. Like I said, I don't know who ordered it, but allegedly this administration ordered it. Like I said, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just saying allegedly what I read. But anyway, they went around and they picked up all of these tents. I'm talking about just snatched them up. Some people were still in the tents. They went there and they were snatching up tents and they were throwing them on the back of the truck with these suits on, these bio suits. Google it. They were just taking up tents and all this stuff and throwing them on the back of the trucks and all this stuff here. And the whole time I'm like, okay, now where are these people supposed to go now? Because now if what I have read is true, that means that you've turned away all of these people. So where are they supposed to go? What are they supposed to do? Okay, and then you have some that, oh, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. They should have done something with the life. They should have done something with the life. Um, Sorry, but I think you're living in a bubble because life happens to everybody. Just because it hadn't happened to you yet, keep living, keep living, keep living. Because I want you to understand one thing. For those that think you're gonna always be up, there are gonna come some days that you're gonna see sometimes that you don't want to see. So it's good to rejoice in while things are going good, but when things are going bad, or when things are difficult in your life, determines how strong you're going to be, how you get through that stuff. Let me go on. So while many of us are waging the personal have and have not battles against each other, some others are in the process of being evicted and don't even know where they're going to go. You know, we focus so much on stuff that don't. I'm talking about here it is, these different conditions are taking place literally right up under our nose. I'm talking about taking place right in our own backyard, in our own neighborhoods. I'm talking about in our families, in our communities, in our schools. It's taking place right here. Right in our nose, right in our eyes. We can literally see it. But the reason we're blinded by all of that stuff, the reason we're blinded by all of that stuff is because we're focused so much on, oh, I got to see, or here it is, just tunnel vision. We're not seeing anything. As a matter of fact, when you got tunnel vision, you can't even see the person. You can't even see the attacks that's coming against you because you're so focused on stuff that don't even matter. Just because yeah, okay, I go in, I might get a Nike, whatever. Who cares, really? But that's what I choose personally because I know my budget. I have a budget, and we're gonna get down to that because here it is. We want to do this, that, and the other, but we don't want to prepare for nothing. But then you want to blame everybody else. I was in the same boat. I'm talking about here it is. I would go through money fast as it come. I'm talking about every time a dollar come in my pocket, I was ready to burn it up. I was ready to burn it down. I'm talking about I was ready to tear it down. I didn't care. I wasn't satisfied until that dollar turned into a penny. And I was trying to find something to spend it on. But we focus really on too much. Now the question comes down to, so why is it that tangible things, and I'm talking about tangible things because in the black, and I'm talking about the black community. I'm talking about the black community, and I'm not saying this is the only community that does this, but I'm focusing more on the black community because it appears that this happens more so in our schools. You have kids that's being bullied because they can't afford a pair of darn Jordans. Are you for real? You have some poor girl who can't afford to go and get their hair done. First of all, because hello COVID, but then also because it may not be in the parents' budget, and so the parents just have to do the best that they can. But then you have children that's being gassed up, brother. How do these kids say gassed up? To go to school and to pick at these kids. They're not showing. They're not. And then again, let me change that. Let me change that. Because you do have some parents that teaches their kids against this, but this is the problem. There, you can teach your kid all you want to, but see, there's a difference in teaching and enforcing something. There's a difference, and I understand that kids are still going to do whatever kids going to do, but still, that seed is planted. Still, you're showing them where they should go. You're not telling them who they should be. You're showing them the direction in which they should go. And then here it is when you're not enforcing any damn thing, and then when they get grown, and then here it is, they grow into the monster that you could have destroyed from the start. Then here it is, all of these different other problems arise. You know how we do. Let me take a sip of this tea. This is some good tea, and it is tea. Let me show it. It's tea. You see that it's tea, and I'm not promoting for these people because they ain't paying me a damn dime. But it's some good tea. It's that Arizona tea. I don't know what it is about that tea. Um, might be why I'm a diabetic. But anyway, we focus we focus so much on simple stuff, and we look over the big picture. So here it is. I put together four things a lot of some of this come from that meeting, and then some of this come from just some stuff that like I said, I love to read for some reason. I don't know why now, because when I was younger, I used to hate reading, but after you got as many ass cuttings that I did, you learn to love to read, and I'm not saying that made me want to read today, but well, yeah, after Trisha ass cutting, yeah, you probably yeah, that probably forced me to want to read. But anyway, I read a whole lot, especially when stuff that's dealing with the black community, because I want to be a better black. I want to be a better black. I'm not sitting here like I'm some perfect ass black. I'm perfect by law, but I want to be a better black. So I read a lot of stuff, not so much to teach me how to be a better black person, but for me to be a better person so I can contribute good shit in the black community. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about not just a contributor of talk. I'm talking about a contributor as far as I said one time, and I say all the time, and this is for real. Anybody knows me that really know me, like most of my friends know. If I had the resources, if I had the resources, I would do a tour, and I really would. I would do a tour, and it wouldn't be about no hate or none of this stuff here, none of that crap there. But I would do a tour, and I would go around to different wherever that would accept me, wherever venue that would accept. And I would talk to kids, and I would talk to them. Uh, 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 I would talk to them about the difference in uh, things, and the difference in why an education matter, or well, why an education matter over things, because we get too caught up, and we see Melvin, uh, Tara, I'm just calling some people, but we see these people in the latest shoes or the latest clothes or whatever in school, and here it is. For one, a lot of kids don't even want to come to school because well, I can't afford that. So who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? You should be focusing on your education anyway. That is one of the leading problems that is affecting in our black community is education. If we get our I promise you, if we get our education, if we can educate our black kids, if we can educate our black people, if we can educate our black community, we can have all that shit. But that shit will come later. But we've got to fight this first. This is a real serious issue here in America. But let me go on here. So the question once again was, why is it that tangible things divide us? Okay, well, let me give you out this just like I was just talking about. Okay, education. A lot of people, whenever you have a good education, or whenever you go to school, or whatever you become, whatever you become. Okay, a lot of people say that you're not black enough, or just because you're using the proper English, or if you do well in school, oh, they look at that, they think they something. Look at, I remember when they used to talk slang. I remember. Uh, uh, what's wrong with it selling? What's wrong with doing better? What's wrong with using proper English? What's wrong with keeping up with what's wrong with being able to have a conversation on any level with anybody, so people won't talk over your head and get you to sign stupid shit that you don't even know what the conversation is about, and you just signing something because you listening to, you see what I'm saying? So, people get all upset. You have the same opportunity to take your ass to school. You don't have to sit there on the couch. You can go to school. Story. I sat in my cousin's basement um, for the better part of, I don't know, let's see, I don't know, for the better part of 2 years, maybe 3, maybe. And I didn't use as an excuse of what I didn't have. And she will back me up 100%. I guarantee you, every day, every day. I didn't use background. I didn't use, oh, this happened in my life. Or I didn't use look. Every day I got off my ass. Every day in the cold. I didn't even give a damn if it was cold, freezing. It was snowing some days. And my cousin will tell you. I got off my ass and I went out and I found me a job. I put in applications like crazy. I'm talking about like I didn't give a damn if I didn't care who called me. I didn't care who called. McDonald's could have called me. Look at here. McDonald's could have called me to clean toilets all day long. I would have hated it, but I would have done it because it would have been a step towards what I was trying to accomplish. Okay, so here it is. I didn't get on there, but I did get on with another company there, which was a good company, and still is a good company. With just some of the people. Still some of the. But anyway, I got on with this one company, and I excel really well. Like I said, I ain't trying to toot no horn and none of that stuff there. But I don't care what job you put me on. I don't care what you have me doing. I guarantee you that I'm going to excel on it, because look at here. I look to give you my best, so I don't accept the less. Period. Now I'm gonna give you my best. You're gonna get my best, because in 3 months I went there. I'm talking about I started out in this little, at the time, at the time I started out in the dish room or whatever. And I moved from that dish room immediately I'm talking about in 3 months, in 3 months, to supervising the kitchen in 3 months. In 3 months. Some of those people have been there 19 to 20 years and hadn't moved anywhere. And I'm not trying to, rain on them, but it's what do you want? What do you want? What do you see for yourself? I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that I'm so rich or any of that crap there. I just happen to trade, just like I tell people all the time. You know, you can learn a lot, you can make a lot, but it's up to you. Where do you want to go? Now, just because I have had some failures in my life does not mean doesn't I'm not exempt from being somebody in life. That doesn't mean that just because this happened in my life or that happened in my life that I still cannot be someone, that I still can't. I can't manage to bring it together and be in society just like everybody else and live in society just like everybody else. Okay, so we have people that's so focused on other people's mess ups or other people's successes and other people's whatever. Da, 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 da. What about yourself? What are you going to do for you? Because you need to focus more so on your life because guess what? It's dwindling. Because time, like we said, like they say in church, time is winding up, time's winding up. You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any younger. And it's not too late to get up and say, I'm gonna get me an education, or I'm gonna finish my education, I'm gonna do whatever. I come look at here. I was a high school dropout. High school dropout. I was just more determined. I went back and I got it. But then I went and I got my degree. I mean, I wanted more, and I still want more. And we should want more, but it's going to take education to get there. I'm sorry, we can't get around it. I tried for years. I tried every scam in the world. You can't do it. I tried. Let's see where it got me. Okay, so the next is economics, which we know is the branch of knowledge concerned with the production or consumption and the transfer of wealth. In other words, the study of how society uses its limited resources. I don't know how you spend your money, and it's none of my business. But if you just happen to spend all of your money on foolishness that you don't even need, because I did it for years. But if you spend your money on foolishness that you don't even need, don't come over here crying, talking about your damn light bill is due. When you sat there trying to keep up with all these here people here and trying to buy all this and stuff, you sitting here wanting to buy a million cars, and it was nothing wrong with your other car, but you trying to keep up with such and such and such that you go and you see what I'm saying? And then we cry whenever we're in binding conditions that we put ourselves in. Trump didn't put you in that condition. I'm not defending him by no means, but Trump didn't put you in that condition. Hell, he put himself in that damn position. Hell, he in the same position he old too. But here it is, we get in all this debt, because we want to look good. We want to stand out. We want to be noticed. Yeah, we want to be noticed. Yeah, you want to be noticed. And being noticed costs us a lot. It costs us a lot. Now, you could be upset at whoever, but you have to really look in the mirror and say, whose fault is it really that I'm in the financial condition that I'm in? And look at this. I understand the COVID, but prior to the COVID, what were you doing to prepare for future instances like this here? During the COVID, let's say something else. What were you doing prior to the COVID? Were you saving money? Were you putting something back for rainy days? What's the answer? I mean, so you can't be mad. You can't be mad at Trump for something that you didn't do. Let's just be real. I'm just being real. Okay, let me get down because I want to get down to the lack of before this. I notice it acts up around a certain whatever. But anyway, stereotype. We can be so envious of people while secretly wishing failure upon them. We have so many different stereotypes in the Black community. If we don't act thuggish and hard or stuff, that means you're gay. If you talk a certain way or whatever, that means you think you're better than somebody else. If you make a certain salary, oh, look at them. I can't stand them. Why? I'm sorry. When did using proper English make you damn gay? I'm sorry, but when did making a certain salary make you think you better? I mean, some people do think they're better than you just because they make. But I'm saying just because my salary is a certain salary and yours is a certain salary, that is on you. You chose your salary. because you chose not to do anything for your life. You chose that. So you can stereotype me all you want to, and I'm going to still do what I do to live. And that's the same thing you should do. You should do everything you can do. So let me tell you something. You can, this is the reason I work so hard. I'm trying to be rich and all that crazy crap like that there. And you know, people have their personal whatever, and who cares? The reason I work so hard is because when I came home, um, I was in well, even I was in this position where I just couldn't do anything for myself. And whenever we would go out to like restaurants and stuff like that, people would always have to pay, ask you, oh, do you have the money? And you would be so embarrassed all the time because you'd be like, I don't have any money, because at the time, I was working at, well, I ain't gonna say where I was working, but I was working at this place and I wasn't making the, like, wait, what, maybe 275, $300 a week at the time. And I mean, all of that was going in bills. That every dime, I promise you, I didn't even have gas money. And that hearse I was driving, it took up some gas money. I'm talking about that hearse. Yeah, it was a hearse because you couldn't go out. The only thing you could do with that car is go to work and back. And you better make certain that you save just enough, because you got to make it to the next paycheck so you have more gas money. And that's right, for real. I couldn't go nowhere but up back and forth to work. And the tax time, then I act like I was rich. But anyway, we stereotype people and we put people, in these different categories. But first of all, my hat goes off to any doctor, because first of all, the struggles that you had to go through, as far not just doctors, anybody with any profession that you had to work your ass off to get to where you are. My hat is off to you. I salute you. And the reason I salute you is because you did whatever it takes. I'm talking about the sweat, the tears, the backstabbings, the what you endured, whatever you had to endure to get to wherever you're trying to get to. I'm sure a lot of other people have that same mindset, but the thing that's keeping us separated from all of that is this tangible stuff. Go on to this last one. And this is what I get to: tangible things. What is it about uh, things that intrigue us so much? I, I don't know. What is it about? I go out and I see some of these huge homes, and I'm like, oh my, what is it about the, so now, are we jealous of, I mean, are we in competition of who can have the biggest bill? Look at here. See that, I knew it was gonna start that. That's why I'm supposed to get ready to end. All right. So look at this. So let's say, and I'm getting ready to end. But let's say that uh you you're in this community area. Okay. Now your wife, which she make decent money, so y'all are able to barely make it. And you praying that she holds on. And she praying that you hold on. Y'all, they don't want to look, like they can't handle nothing. But anyway, black people. This video, but it was based on the information I heard from, like I said, from the conversations that they had, and from some of the different things that I read. And like I said, we're gonna always probably make mistakes and stuff and or whatever. But the biggest thing is whenever we choose to come together, whenever we choose to come together, is when I feel like the Black community can advance. That's when we choose to come together. And when I'm and and hold on, let me get this. I got this last thing here. Uh, Let me get this. Like I'm sweating like hell. It's hot as hell down here. I think I'm gonna stop doing it in the basement, and I started doing it upstairs. But anyway, but anyway, we need to get together, and we need to bring our kids up and at a level in education. We need to bring our economics up, and we need to stop stereotyping each other, and we need to do away with all this tangible stuff because that's killing us. That's killing us. I mean, half of that stuff you see some of these rappers. The only rapper that I believe that have all that stuff is Jay-Z and Beyonce them and what his name is whatever and well, a couple of more. But other than that, that's half of that stuff is just they're just using it for video and props and stuff like that. So don't get caught up. And I'm tired as hell. But anyway, um, we we're going to make it. And the reason we're going to make it is because we have, I think there is a movement that started towards that. But anyway, with that being said, you're welcome to like, you're welcome to share. You're welcome to subscribe. And you're welcome to ring that bell, that bell. And I'm gonna end with my what is say my favorite jazz. I don't really know who the hell this is, but I'm gonna do it tonight.